Hey guys, so welcome back, and look where I just put up to, Chipotle. So y'all, I just decided to come. Oh my gosh. So y'all, I'm back at Chipotle, and I have not been at this Chipotle location since they decided to like fire me or whatever. And if you know anything about me, you know that as long as I've been working at Chipotle, I have never paid for it. I have never used my own money to buy it. And this is going to be my second time buying Chipotle with my own money. And one of my first times being back at this location. So I'm just about to go in and order and show y'all what I do when I'm here. Kind of nervous. I hope none of the people that hate me are here. And even if they are, fuck them. Hey Lamar, how you doing? Good. If you want to, you can. Right there next to the white.
Oh, at the end.
I got a new car.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Zeke, Fati, Milagros, hey. I came to get food. Hey Milagros. I'm filming for my YouTube.
Why?
I have a channel now. Yeah. But I'm here to order. Okay, y'all. It was a success. So, update, I didn't have to pay for my food because I knew the cashier and I knew like two of the other people from there. And they really still like me from when I used to work. Lamar is still cleaning my car. Look.
I'm gonna wipe it down.
Nah, you good. I just appreciate you washing my window. How you been?
Huh?
How you been?
Oh, I've been good.
That's good.
I just went over, but I was finna wipe it down.
It's all right. I know I need a real car wash. I just haven't. You excited for your new year for 2020 or what?
Man, same thing, you know, but I'm going through something, and I'm struggling. I got the cancer, man. Sometimes, boy, I can't even hardly get up. I don't want to get up.
Yeah, I understand that. I just came back to church today, so I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So Lamar just finished washing my car, and he did such a good job. Like, he washed the little windows for me. Oh, he left his rag. Hold on. He left the rag. So yeah, the story behind Lamar, like, he's this homeless guy that's been coming up here. And you know how most homeless people like come and like they always try to get free food, or they always try to like just come in and like do the most. Like, Lamar has never done that. He's always been super nice, super sweet. He's a really nice guy. You can just tell he probably fell on hard times or whatever, but anytime he's here, he always offers to like wash our cars or like do our windows. And usually if he comes into Chipotle, we usually always give him a free meal. Like, he's a really cool guy, and I hadn't seen him since the last time I've been working here. So when I seen him, I had to say hey, because I like this guy, and he's honestly a really nice man, and he seems to be really hardworking, despite the fact that he's homeless. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So thank you, Lamar. I know if you probably won't make it to this video, but if you ever come across it, just know I love you, and keep your head up high, and God has got you. So y'all, I'm about to go back home. I only live like 10 minutes up the street, so I'll check back in on y'all when I get home. Thanks. And I just also want to go off the record and say, look forward to another Chipotle video coming from me soon. On this one, I mostly just wanted to address little hacks and like little pet peeves and little secrets that maybe y'all didn't really know. Excuse me. Little inside tips, but I would definitely make another video. And on this video, for my next video to come, I will still be eating Chipotle, but I will tell y'all more about my personal experiences, my stories. Because like I said, I have been with this corporation for almost 4 years. I started when I was 17, and I finally finished when I was around 20 or 21, depending on how you want to say when I finished. So I have so many stories, so many videos to share, so many things to talk about. But I wanted to devote this video to just talking about that so I could have something else to talk to y'all about later. So look for this video to come up really soon. If y'all haven't watched my previous video, please go do that. And thank y'all so much, and I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Honestly, I couldn't be more excited to do this video. I've been wanting to do a Chipotle video for a very long time. but I had to be very particular in when I chose to record, because at the time I was still employed with Chipotle, but now that I'm not anymore, I can make videos about it. Not that I'm going to speak anything negative on it, but I just didn't want to be recording, making videos while I was still employed there. You know how that goes. Y'all know, y'all seen people getting fired for things just for posting sometimes the truth. So now that I no longer have any like ties really, I wanted to go ahead and make this video for y'all. So let's just get started. I know y'all already saw that I was at Chipotle and I went in to order, and the people there were really cool with me, and I was really happy about that, because you know, at the time that I left from that location, it was just a lot of drama going on, and it was just a lot. So I'm glad that I was able to be embraced. And also, I got this meal for free. I got a bowl, I got some chips and salsa, and I even got a drink. And it was all for free because I'm still friends with the people that work there, and I'm still cool with the cashier. So you know how it is. He hooked it up. Shout out to Zeke. Shout out to Milagros. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to Fati. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know y'all my crew from day one and still. So before I even get started, let me say grace and get it in, because I'm so hungry, y'all. Okay. God is good. God is great. Thank you for this food today. Lord, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to go out and be able to get this food. And I hope that it is good, and I hope that it nourishes my body. And hopefully I'm able to eat it all. And if not, leftovers for later. So let's do it. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, y'all, I had to say my grace. So the reason why I'm wearing this shirt is because I actually went to church this morning. And it was actually really cool, really good. Like, I'm so glad I went. It was something I felt like I really needed, and it really was great. And I'm so happy about that. So before I even start eating my bowl, let me tell y'all what I have on my bowl. This is my little bowl. So I'm basic. I pretty much get the same thing every time I go to Chipotle. A bowl with white rice, no beans, half chicken, half steak. And then on the sauces, I always get corn, sour cream, cheese, and pico. Those are like always my go-tos. Sometimes I'll put the corn and the sour cream on the side, or the pico on the side, so I can like add it as I go. But today I just told them to like put everything. And then I also got some little baby chips. And then I also got the green salsa. The green salsa is pretty good. It's a medium salsa. So it's not really spicy, but it has a nice little tang to it. And it's really good. Y'all know what it looked like. Y'all done seen it. Oh, I got some on my bed. Oh my God, and my sheets are white. Oh, and I don't have any napkins. That is so nasty. Pause while I go get a napkin, y'all. Luckily, I keep some extras in my bathroom. Okay, so yeah. It's okay. I'm not really tripping about it. Oh, so let me get it in real quick. I'm going to take this first bite just so y'all can see what I'm hitting on. Milagros hooked me up. The girl that was serving my food, she really hooked it up. I'm telling y'all, it's good to be liked. Wow. It's actually good. That chicken is good. Sometimes the chicken be a little iffy to me, because I always prefer it. I like steak. That's why I always get half and half. Chicken and steak. Y'all, this bowl is actually really good. I really like it. Shout out to all my Chipotle workers that's watching this. If you used to work there, if you still work there, if you know somebody that works there, like Chipotle is such a small circle. I swear everybody used to work there at some point in their life. Okay, so we're just going to get started with the questions. Okay, so first question is, why are the serving sizes so small? Okay, I know y'all go to Chipotle and y'all asking for some rice, and then they only give you like a little bit, and then you have to always ask for more, or you always have to ask for more meat or double meat because they didn't really even give you enough when you ask for half and half. And the reason why the serving sizes are like that is because most of our managers teach us how to serve. We're only supposed to serve 4 ounces. Everything is 4 ounces. So just picture that one little serving spoon. That's all you're supposed to really get. And some managers are really strict on making sure that you only serve the right amount. They don't want you to be serving a little bit more. They only want you to give the customer more if they specifically ask you for more. If they don't, then don't. But what I would say about that, if you ever came to Chipotle while I was working, you know I always hooked you up with extra. Like, because why would I give people less knowing that they're going to ask for more anyways? A lot of people that work at Chipotle and that have been there for a while get accustomed to like serving the customers a little bit more, because at the end of the day, we understand that if we went to a fast food place or we went somewhere to go get food and the person only gave us a little bit, we know we would want to be served more. We know we would want to be served a full portion. So if you ever like go to Chipotle and the person don't give you a lot, it's probably because they new and they probably still trying to like follow the rules of the manager. But as you work there longer and longer, you realize give the people more food. They're paying so much money for this. So it's not like we don't have the meat to just give a few extra pieces. But I'm not going to speak on that too much because that's not my lane. But yeah, that's why the sizes be a little small. But don't be afraid to ask the worker for a little bit more, because they genuinely will. Chipotle employees are trained to do everything that the customer wants. So we would never tell you no. Might have an attitude, but we won't ever tell you no. Okay. Next question is burrito versus bowl. Oh my God. I get this question so many times, like I used to, and I would be on the line and I would be working at the tortilla press, which is the first person you come to, and they ask you bowl, burrito, you know, the person that does that. And people will always ask me, do you think I should get a bowl or do you think I should get a burrito? And I would tell them, honestly, what I would do is I would get a bowl, because with a bowl, you can get way more food inside of a bowl, right? And then a lot of things, one thing that people don't really know is that you can always ask us to make you tortillas on the side. You can either get a big burrito tortilla or you can get several small taco tortillas, flour tortillas. And with that, you could take this bowl and you could put some of your food into the taco tortilla, into the burrito tortilla, and it's like having two separate entrees. So I explain that to people, because when you get a burrito, you can't overload a burrito the same way you can overload a bowl, because at the end of the day, the burrito still has to get rolled. It still has to get closed. So you don't want to be like glopping everything on the burrito, because it could get soggy, it could rip. You know, a lot of things happen. With the bowl, it's more secure. It's safer this way. You know, people don't have to roll a bowl. So it's not going to really get messed up unless it just fell on the floor or it tilted over. But things happen like that. And full disclaimer, tortillas on the side are absolutely free. Chipotle rarely charges you to get things on the side, which is kind of bad, because customers are coming there and get like 2 of every salsa and stuff and be wanting like 12 tortillas per person. And we don't charge them for that. But I think now they started doing that. I'm not really sure because I haven't been there in so long. But I think now they're starting to charge you after you get a certain amount of sides, which is good. People be trying to get over on us, I'm telling you. Okay, so next question. Well, the next one is not a question. It's really just something I wrote out because it's a pet peeve of mine. I hate when people come and they say, can I get a burrito bowl? Because, I mean, technically, you can say, can I get a burrito bowl? But just say, can I get a bowl? Because at the end of the day, a burrito is a burrito and a bowl is a bowl. To me, if you say burrito bowl, you're telling me that you want your burrito inside of a bowl. That's basically what combining the two words are, instead of just saying, hey, can I get a bowl? Hey, can I get a burrito? And it used to be really confusing to me, like, especially when I first started working, and I would be on the line, and people would say, can I get a burrito bowl? And I would be like, do you want a burrito or do you want a bowl? And they're like, a burrito bowl. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know. Are you telling me you want a bowl or you want a burrito or you want them together? I didn't understand that. But people just call a bowl a burrito bowl, which, I mean, I understand, because technically if you look on Chipotle's menu and on their POS, that's how a bowl is labeled, as a burrito bowl. But, like, just call it a bowl, because we know what a bowl is. You don't have to say burrito bowl. You know, like, don't. Ugh, I used to hate that so much, but Next question. Why is guac extra? Oh my God. Whew. Y'all. Y'all don't know how many times I have almost had to fight people in order to get them to pay extra for guac. Like, people genuinely don't understand why guac at Chipotle is extra. And partially I understand that because guac at Chipotle is like $2.11, $2.12. It might have gone up because prices have been like changing lately at Chipotle. But usually it's like $2.12. And me personally, I don't think it's worth it because when you get guac on your bowl, like I said, they're only going to give you a small serving size. And with guac, they tend to give you a little bit less than a full spoon because guac, we use the avocados. They actually make the guac every morning. They make the guac. And so it's a little expensive when it comes to getting the avocados and things. So they always want us to like be careful when we scooping it. But if you get a side of guac, which I recommend, always get a side of guac rather than getting the guac directly on your food. You get this whole cup right here. This whole 4-ounce cup full of guac. This is how much they're supposed to technically put on your bowl, by the way. This whole thing is supposed to go on your bowl. But usually you'll end up getting like a little scoop. I can't show y'all because I don't eat guac. I told y'all in my mukbang with Olivia that I don't really like avocado and I don't like guac like that. But for the sake of this video, I wish I could show y'all, but I can't. Yeah, I mean, really, to me, it's not worth it because people always bring up the thing, well, I could just always go to Kroger. I could always go to the store and buy my own guac and it would cost less. I could make guac for less than this. I'm like, yeah, that's true. And if you feel that strongly about it, then you should. And you shouldn't come here and waste your money. I would never try to tell people that the Chipotle way is the way to go. Because at the end of the day, I know Chipotle is expensive. And at the end of the day, it's a white version of Mexican food. This Tex-Mex. That's how I look at it. So, guac's extra just because of the labor that goes into it and the whole avocado process. But you don't want to pay for it. Like I said, don't. But if you want to, always make sure you get it on the side instead of getting directly onto your food. Because when you get a bowl, you might get a little bit more guac. But when you get a burrito and tacos, they put less guac. Because like I said, you have to be able to roll a burrito and you have to be able to close tacos. So if you get guac on there, they're going to put less in order to make it easier for them to be able to complete it. Which I understand because, I mean, I used to be in that predicament all the time and I would do it. So, moving on. Corn versus flour tortillas. And why did we stop offering corn tortillas? So, for people that don't know, Chipotle used to have corn tortillas and they used to have flour tortillas. So, what happened was, at some point, I don't remember when, but I was working there when they stopped selling corn tortillas. They told me the reason why they stopped offering corn tortillas was because people just weren't buying them as much as they were really buying the flour. And at the time, that was really true because people rarely got a corn tortilla. They would always put their tacos on flour tortillas. And if you got corn, you could, but it wasn't as popular as flour. But the minute that we stopped offering corn tortillas, I swear more people came in asking for corn tortillas than I had ever seen ever. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know y'all like corn tortillas like that. Like, if y'all did, we wouldn't have taken them off the line. Like, we probably would have kept serving them. But I think they brought them back. No, or maybe they didn't. I'm not sure. I know that Chipotle does have crunchy tortillas, which are corn. But people usually want soft tortillas. And actually, y'all, what I'm about to do is, you see this chip? I'm about to put some of my food on my chip. I like eating it like this with the chips. It's good. And y'all might ask, why did you get the baby chips? I got the baby chips because I don't really like eating a lot of chips. I usually just like a little bit with my salsa, and then I like to like eat some with my bowl, but I didn't want to waste. I thought I was going to have to pay for this meal, so I didn't want to have to waste unnecessary money to get chips that I wasn't going to eat. And if y'all want to know what these chips are, if y'all have never seen these at Chipotle, these are the kids' chips. They come with the kids' menu, but you can still order them. They only cost 97 cents, and a regular bag costs about $1.50. So if you're a person that don't necessarily like to eat a lot of chips, I would recommend getting this option But just know that we can run out of these because they're supposed to be for kids, and if adults are getting them too, you know, sometimes we run out of these, so you can't always get these. So be careful about that. Next question. This is not the next question, but I'm going to go into it anyways because I already started on the kids meal topic. What is Chipotle's kids meal? Why does Chipotle have a kids meal? What can I get on the Chipotle kids meal? Good question. Glad you asked. Let me take a drink first, then I'm going to answer y'all. Oh, and by the way, this drink is Sprite and Fanta Orange. It's not my usual go-to drink, but my usual go-to drink is half Sprite, half lemonade, because I like the tanginess of like the lemonade and like the strong punch of the Sprite, but like the lemonade dilutes the Sprite a little bit, so it's like that sweet and sour, and I like it. But the lemonade machine was kind of out. Y'all know how it be when you got to go to the back and like change out your soda machines in the front. So yeah, it was out. And I mean, I really didn't want to be that one customer that was like, hey, your lemonade's out. Because I used to hate when people would do that while I would be working. They would come to me and be like, hey, you're out of Coke. Hey, you're out of this. And I'm like, hey, don't you see me working? Don't you see me doing something? But okay, I'll get to it. So whatever. That's just a little tangent on that. But yeah, Chipotle's kids meal. So with the kids meal, you can either have, there's two things that come with it. You can either get the build your own tacos or you can get the quesadilla. With the build your own tacos, it comes with 2 tortillas of your choice. You could either get flour. When we had corn, you could get corn or you could get crispy. Most people get flour because it's for kids. So of course they're going to want their kids to have soft tortillas. So most people get 2 tortillas and then you get 3 sides. It comes like with a little slot. And you get 3 sides. People usually put in their 3 sides, they'll get a rice, a beans, and a meat. Or some people will do like a rice, maybe double rice and meat. And then, okay, this is the gag on that. This is the little thing on that I'm going to say to y'all. It's only supposed to come with 3 sides. But like I said, Chipotle is so hell-bent on pleasing their customers. What they'll do is once people fill up the 3 sides, and let's say they get rice, let's say they get white rice, pinto beans, and chicken for their 3 sides, and they already have the tortillas. Technically, they can't get any more food. But they'll get to the salsa piece and they'll be like, oh, can I get like some cheese for my kids meal? And we'll be like, yeah, we can't put it in, but we'll give it to you on the side in one of these little containers, which is actually more than what the kids meal would even come with if I put it in a slot. And then sometimes the cashier will charge you for this extra side and sometimes they won't. Like I said, it really just depends on who's working in the line and who the cashier is. Because if they're an OG like me, and they understand the ins and outs of this business, and they don't necessarily want the customers to be mad, I would just give them this. But I would tell them, like, you can't be ordering that. I would tell them, but I would give it to them. Because at the end of the day, I'm not pressed about an extra person getting cheese for their kids' meal. Because honestly, if I came in and I was a child and I got a kid's meal and I couldn't get cheese on my tacos, I would be very upset. Or if I couldn't get something that would make a taco, I would be mad. So who am I to tell people they can't get that just because Chipotle says that they can only get 3 sides? Maybe I should have made it an extra side, a little extra slot. That goes the same way for the quesadilla, but with the quesadilla, it's technically supposed to come with 2 sides because inside the quesadilla, you already get cheese and you can get a choice of meat. The quesadilla is a small quesadilla, and then that's supposed to come with 2 sides because they already count. If you got meat in it, they counted that as a side. But people can still, like I said, people will still ask for cheese with it on the side. Or I get some pico? Can I get some sour cream? You know? So I don't really mind doing that for people. But what I will say about the kids' meals at Chipotle that I don't agree with is that I don't think that everyone should be allowed to get a kids' meal. I think kids' meals should be reserved for kids only. There are adults that come in there and get kids' meals for themselves. There are high school kids that come in there and get kids' meals. There are college students at my school that have been there and will only get a kids' meal and will get a baby chip. But then when they get to the cash register, because they're supposed to get a water cup technically, because that's a kid's cup, they always say, can I get a bigger cup? Can I get a small cup instead of the water cup? Or can I get a big chip instead of the baby chip? And I'm like, why didn't you just get a regular entree instead of getting a kid's meal? No, maybe you should have thought about that before you came in here and tried to skimp us out of $3 when really you should have just paid the full price and you could have got all this food. So no, I don't think that kids meals should be for people that are older. I think they should be for kids, like how most restaurants have that a kids meal is for youth 12 and under. That's how Chipotle kids meal should be. I don't like sometimes older people, and when I say older, I mean like 50, 60-year-olds, like the older people, not the middle-aged 30, 40-year-olds, but older adults come in there and they'll get a kids meal. And I can understand that because as people get older, they can't eat all that food. They don't want to eat all that food. So they probably do have like a smaller appetite to eat. So getting a kids meal at that age, I understand that. But not coming in there and you my age, you in college and you trying to get a kids meal, I don't think that's cute at all. I really don't like that. Because there's been so many times where I wanted to call people out on getting kids meals and then be trying to get extra stuff on the side. Like, honey, you not fooling me. I know you just about to go and you about to put this with something else and you about to have a whole meal. Like, you trying to play me, but you won't. I know what you're doing, bro. I know it. Let me eat some of this sauce for y'all so y'all know how it tastes. And these chips are fried nice. You can see they got that nice brown golden look. The thing is about Chipotle is that people complain that the chips are stale or, they might taste wonky or they might be too salty or they don't really have a taste. And I can't really combat that. The only thing I can say is that Chipotle makes their chips every morning. When we clock in, like the morning people, they make the chips right then and there, and they'll make about like 6 or 7 batches of chips, maybe 8 or 9. It really just depends on the store and how busy that store gets in particular. So they make all those chips, they bag all those chips, and usually, depending on if the store got busy that morning, at some point they won't run out of chips, but they'll get low on those chips again. And then another morning person, before they leave for their shift, they'll usually end up making a few more batches of chips. So for people that say that the chips are stale or whatever the case may be, just know that the chips were made hours ago. They were made in the morning. They weren't just sitting out when they were made. Like, obviously, we wrap up the chips that haven't been bagged, but you can't always come into Chipotle expecting the chips to always be fresh, because at the end of the day, if you come in at 6 and we still have chips from when they were first made at 8 or 9 in the morning, you're getting those chips. And I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but that's just the way it works. And if we ever get low in the PM shift, they might make more chips depending on what time it is, depending on how many people need chips, depending on, do we think it's something that has to be done, or can we just hold off on it? So, I mean, that's the whole chip thing. I wouldn't come to Chipotle pressed about getting chips anyways. That's another reason why I get these, because they only cost about $1. And if I got these and they weren't good, I wouldn't be too mad, because I only spent $1 on them. And technically, this is a kid chip. It only comes with like 12 chips anyways. So it's not like it ruined the whole thing for me. All right, people. So moving on to our next little question. So for those of y'all that don't know, Chipotle is run on it's not run on a 3-point system. It's run on a point system. And what the point system is, it's basically how we know how to charge people for their food and how we keep inventory of the food and things like that. So everything in Chipotle, when you come in, everything on the line, all the food items are worth a certain amount of points. So the rice and the beans, those are worth 1 point. And then the meat is generally worth 2 points. And then salsas, so like your corn, your sour cream, your cheese, your lettuce, and your salsas, those are typically 1 point. And I think guac, I believe guac is 2 points. Because, like I said, guac is a different thing. So guac is 2 points. And so what the point system is, it is a thing that protects people from overpaying or underpaying for their food when they only came and got like a little bit or whatever. Because, there are people that come into there and they only want to get a bowl and they only want to get rice and they want to get chicken. There's no reason to charge that person for a chicken bowl because they only got a little bit. So what the 3-point system says is that if a person got something that was worth 3 points, they don't have to pay the full price. So let's say I came in and I got rice and steak. Rice is 1 point. Steak is 2 points. That's 3 points. If I added cheese, that's 4 points. So it's not a 3-pointer. You see what I'm saying? But let's say I came in and I got rice, beans, and cheese. 3 points again because I didn't get meat. I got rice, I got beans, and I got cheese. So we have things like that. It's really just to protect people from, like I said, overpaying for their food. Or some people try to come in, they try to do it, and they'll get like rice, and they'll get like chicken, and they'll get cheese. And they'll come up to me and they'll say, I got a 3-pointer. And I would be like, technically you didn't get a 3-pointer because you got cheese. Depending on how I feel, I'm not going to even lie. Sometimes I give it to him if I don't feel like arguing, if I don't feel like doing a back and forth. I'll give it to him, or sometimes I won't. If I'm in a bad mood and I really could care less about how you feel about me, I won't give it to him. We have so many rules, but really, the rules get made by the workers. We make our own rules depending on who we like and who we don't like. I feel like that's the same for a lot of food service places. Like when you go to Wendy's and you want an extra sauce, and typically they're not supposed to give you one. If you cool with that person, or if that person is cool in general, they'll give you the extra sauce and they won't trip about it. That's how it is at Chipotle. You got people that don't really care because regardless if people come to Chipotle or not, I'm still going to be an hourly employee. I'm still going to make money. As long as the Chipotle is running and standing, I'm still getting paid. I don't really care if only 2 people came in. I always used to say, I don't get paid by the customer, I get paid by the hour. So I don't care if you have an attitude with me, I'm still going to get a check regardless. Like, you flipping out about guac being extra has nothing to do with my paycheck. Like, so calm down. I used to hate when people used to try to do that. So yeah, that's the point system. Moving on to the next question. Half and half versus double meal. What's really the portion size difference, and what's really the price difference between half and half and double meal? So when people come in and they get half and half, that usually is indicating that they want half a scoop of one meat and half a scoop of another meat. 2 ounces of one meat, 2 ounces of another meat, 4 ounces. Right? And that's not an extra charge. We only would charge you for the meat that costs the most. So like if I had paid for this bowl today, they would have charged me for a steak bowl because I got half chicken, half steak. And since steak costs more than chicken, we're going to charge you for the meat that costs the most. Some people, they come in, they want double meat because like I said, Chipotle don't really be giving you the portion sizes the way that they should. So some people be like, can I just get double? Double is 1 whole scoop and 1 whole scoop. 2 scoops of meat, and it costs a little bit extra. So depending on what meat you get, that's how we charge it. So chicken, if you get extra chicken or if you get extra sofritas, which is the tofu, that only will run you about, like, it's like $2 to $3. It's less than 3, but it's more than 2. So let's say $2.50. I'm not really sure about this because, like I said, in the 4 years that I had worked at Chipotle, the prices had changed at least 2 or 3 times. So I'm not really sure about all of the little extra details like that. I can only give you a base rate of what it used to be, or what I would have an idea that it should still be. If you want to get something like steak or barbacoa, that would run you an extra $3-ish, a little bit more than $3. And if you want to get carnitas is price range is in between chicken and steak. So carnitas would probably run you like $2.85, closer to $3, but not as much as steak and barbacoa would cost you. So that's a little spiel on that. If you ever get to Chipotle and you want a little bit more meat, but you don't necessarily want to pay extra, just tell the person on the line to give you a few more pieces of meat. And if they say that's going to be extra, tell them no, I just want a few more pieces, because extra is a whole nother scoop. A few more pieces is me giving you like 2, 3, 4 pieces of meat. It's not me giving you a whole other scoop of meat. So just tell them, can I get a little bit extra meat? And if they say double meat, you say no, I just want a little bit more of that one, not double. That's how we get you at the register. Because you'll get fed up with the person that's making your food, and you'll say, can I get more meat? And they'll say, you just want double? And you'll say, yeah, out of frustration and not knowing that you're getting charged for it. But from me to you, just tell them you want a little bit more. If I was on the line, I wouldn't have that issue, because I'll be giving people more regardless to begin with. My problem is people have to sometimes tell me to give them less. Or I hate when I would give people more. Like, I would give them a little bit extra pieces on the sly. And they would still ask for more. And I would get mad because I'm like, I'm already giving you too much to begin with. So why are you even asking me for more meat? Like, that's just being selfish at that point. Okay, next question is going to be... Oh, a quesarito. Oh my gosh. Quesarito. I hate quesaritos. I'm so sorry. I saw that question and I kind of got mad because it just brought back a lot of experiences that, I wasn't even expecting to deal with. Sorry, y'all. I get really thirsty when I eat. Like, I like to take a lot of drink breaks in between, but for the sake of this video and for talking, I'm trying not to drink a lot. So, a quesarito, for those of y'all that don't really know what a quesarito is, and I'm also going to say this, Chipotle does also have quesadillas. I know some people didn't know that Chipotle made quesadillas, and I'm not talking about the little kids quesadillas. I'm talking about actual big quesadillas. So, piggybacking off of that, a quesarito is when we take a quesadilla and we make the quesadilla how we would usually make it. So we take it in between our tortilla and we put the cheese and the meat. We flip it. We put it on the tortilla press, let it get all nice and fried and crispy or whatever. And then we open that quesadilla up. So imagine it's being a quesadilla that's folded like this. And then we take it and we open it up. And that's the queso part. The burrito part of the quesarito is having a burrito, right? So we make you a burrito. Make it. And then a quesarito can be made two ways. So I always like to ask people, which way would you like it made? Because it could honestly be made two ways. And sometimes one way is harder than the other, depending on your skill level. So the first way you can make a quesarito is you could open up that quesadilla. And instead of using another tortilla to make the burrito separate, you could put everything inside that you would put inside the burrito inside of that open quesadilla. So you would put the rice, you would put the beans. You wouldn't put the meat because the meat would already have been in the quesadilla and it would already be grilled with the cheese. You would put your sour cream, your corn, your lettuce or whatever, and then we would take that and we would roll it like a burrito. So it's literally a quesadilla rolled into a burrito. That's what a quesarito is. Or you could do it a different way. It's a little bit more complicated, but I mean, it really, like I said, it really just depends on your skill level of if you know how to roll it or not. Because I can do both at this point. It's not a difference for me, but some people like to get stupid with how they order, so sometimes it's a problem. So you could also do a burrito separately. So with a whole nother tortilla, make it how you want it, your rice, your beans, your meat, whatever. And we would roll that burrito up like a real burrito. Roll the burrito. Then we would take that rolled up burrito and put it inside the open quesadilla, and then we would re-roll that. So the only difference is, do you want to have an extra tortilla or not? Do you only just want to have your food wrapped in the original quesadilla, or do you want to add another tortilla to that to have a tortilla inside of a quesadilla? That's the only difference between the quesarito. But for those of y'all that just want to go in there and give Chipotle workers a hard time, know that a quesarito does take a minute to make because we have to make the quesadilla first. And quesadillas usually take a couple of minutes just to get all like grilled and make sure all the cheese is melted. And then we still have to do the whole charade of like putting the stuff on your quesarito and then like getting to the end and rolling it. And it's always really, really hot because it just came out the press for like minutes. It's always really hot and it costs more. A quesarito will cost you about $12 depending on what kind of meat you got and if you got guac or not. If you got guac, it's an extra $2, so like $14, $15. So I would just keep that in mind because we have to charge you for a quesadilla as well as a burrito. So coming in there thinking you'll be cute asking for a quesadilla and you get down to the end and your total is like $18, don't be looking crazy. Because I didn't tell you to come in here and do that. You came in here and tried to be stupid and look cool in front of all your friends that didn't know what a quesadilla was. So next is going to be, okay, I'm going to just bring this up a little bit. I don't really want to go too in depth on it. But Chipotle has two rices. They have white rice and they have brown rice. One thing I never liked was people would always say, which one has cilantro? Which one has lime? Both of Chipotle rices are cilantro and lime. They both have cilantro, they both have lime juice, and they both have salt. The only difference between getting the white rice from the brown rice is that the white rice is white rice and that the brown rice is brown, meaning that it's whole grain, meaning that it's a little bit healthier than white. And in the brown rice, we put less salt than we put in the white. So the brown is going to be a healthier rice, while the white rice is going to be more of a flavorful because it has a little bit more salt and it might have a little bit more lime juice depending on who's making it. It just gives you a fresher flavor. I used to get brown rice all the time to be healthy, but then I tasted the white and I was like, this does have a better taste to it. So team white rice, I really love it. But yeah, on to the next question. Ordering a salad at Chipotle. So this is what I would have to say about people that order a salad at Chipotle. Stop ordering salads at Chipotle. For people that didn't know Chipotle has salads, yes, we do, but I genuinely don't understand why. I think Chipotle just wants to charge you for things. I don't really get it, why we have salads, but what a salad is basically this bowl, and instead of putting rice at the bottom of this bowl, you put lettuce first. And I can't think, but it's like a thicker cut lettuce, right? And sometimes people want the shredded lettuce, which is the same type of lettuce, but obviously it's shredded versus the salad lettuce is thick cut. So you get lettuce at the bottom. And with the salad, we're not supposed to give you rice because your base is the lettuce, not the rice. So that's the difference between a salad and a bowl. It's only supposed to be lettuce at the bottom, and then you can still get beans and meat. But you're not supposed to get lettuce and rice because at that point it's two bases. But no one follows that rule because, like I said, we're so hell-bent to please the customers that customers will still come in and say, can I get a salad? Can I get white rice? Can I get extra white rice? And we're supposed to tell them, no, you already got lettuce, but who am I to tell you what you can and can't eat? Because if I came here and I wanted a salad with rice, I want a salad with rice. I'm going to still pay for a salad with rice. The Chipotle salads usually come with a vinaigrette. It's a special little sauce that we put together for our salads. So it's vinegar, honey, adobo to make it a little bit spicy, and then your little seasonings and stuff. And it's actually a pretty good sauce. It's just sweet and spicy. I've had it a couple of times. It wasn't bad, but I don't eat salads at Chipotle because I just feel like that is such a waste of my time. Also, don't get a salad thinking you're going to be healthy because in order to be healthy, you would have to have healthy options on your salad. Don't get a salad and then get rice and then you can get meat because there's nothing wrong with meat, but then don't fill it up with a lot of cheese. Don't get a lot of sour cream. Don't be getting a lot of things that you know wouldn't be healthy on a regular salad onto your salad bowl. So don't do that because you're not being healthy when you order a salad and then you put hella sour cream and cheese on it. That's not being healthy. And the vinaigrette that we give you, it comes in a container like this, but we only fill it up to right here. And that's because the vinaigrette has so many calories in it that when you put that amount on it, it doesn't make your salad healthier. So people that like to get 2 and 3 vinaigrettes, I just hope you know that all the calories you thought you saved by substituting rice for lettuce, you put it right back on with the vinaigrette. So that's a little tip for y'all that think y'all really out here doing something and y'all really not. Let me see, y'all. I think I'm kind of out of questions. I think that was really it. Oh, okay. So I do have about one or two more questions, but I kind of answered it. Another one of my pet peeves when I used to work at Chipotle was people that would come in and they would get tacos, but they would get everything on their tacos. Like I stated earlier, when we're making burritos and we're making tacos, we're trying to make it to where it will be able to close, where it won't be messy when we try to like put it all together. So when people come in and they get a taco, our tacos come in threes. So they get 3 tacos and we place them on the little foil. And then we'll put the rice, we'll put the beans, we'll put the meat. But then sometimes people want all the salsas, and then they'll want sour cream, and then they'll want guac, and they'll want all these things. And the only thing I'll say about that is, while yes, in your mind you're thinking that it's a good idea to get all of that, it's really not. And for one reason that it's not a good idea is because when you get soft tacos, and then you put a bunch of cold items, your food's gonna get cold. That taco's gonna get cold. And if you put guac on it, which I also don't like, number 2, don't put guac on your tacos. Like I said, get the guac on the side because you're gonna get charged for it. It's the same price to get guac on the side that it is to get on your food. So get it on the side and you could get way more for the exact same price. Don't get guac on top of your tacos because when we go to close your tacos, the guac kind of comes out a little bit. And for people that haven't been at Chipotle as long, that don't really have experience properly closing the taco that like has a bunch of stuff on it, it could get really messy. And people get mad when they stuff gets messy, but it's like you made it like that. Like we can only do what you've put in our face. Like we didn't add anything extra. We didn't take anything off. Everything that you have on your food is what you wanted on your food. And I can't do anything about that, but I can try to present it in a way that is not looking crazy. But that's the one thing about me. I mean, I have been working at Chipotle for almost 4 years, so I got the techniques down. But the newer people, the people that don't have as much experience, the people that don't really know, they're going to have a problem with that. So just be careful, because when you come to Chipotle, you never know who's on the line. You never know if you have the good person or if you have the new person. So I would just say keep that in mind when you're ordering things. The next thing I want to say is people that like to make workers struggle to roll their burritos. Y'all are literally assholes, and fuck y'all. Literally fuck y'all, because it's happened to me a few times. But like I said, I've been working there for a while. Like when I first started working at Chipotle, I was really terrible at rolling burritos. You can ask my friends Elijah. You can ask Diana. You can ask people that worked with me at my first store. I was terrible at it. I could never roll it. And when I tried to roll it, it would always like rip on the side, or it would be really long like a hot dog instead of a burrito. But as I started working there longer, I became better. And when I went to Houston to start working at Chipotle, it would be crazy because they would always have me at the end of the line at the salsa part where I have to roll, because I was the only one that could really roll a burrito. I'm telling y'all, the skill level was up there. So when people would come and they would get burritos and they would get a lot of stuff. At one point, I had to use 3 tortillas to roll a burrito once, and it looked like a baby. It was so big, like it was basically as big as this. It was literally as big as this, and I swear it weighed like 8 pounds. Like, it was huge. And there's been times when people would come to Chipotle and they would think they had a really hard burrito. I would really hate that. People would like try to purposely make it hard by adding guac. Because, you know, adding guac makes it a little bit harder, because if you don't know how to roll, you don't know where to strategically place the guac. For people that don't notice, when you go to Chipotle and you order a burrito, they never, what they should never do is put the guac on top of your food. They should always put the guac at the back of the food, like right here. So let's say this is your burrito and I'm fixing it and you say guac. I'm going to put the guac back here at the back of the burrito. So when I go to roll it and close it like this, the guac is back here and it's not up here at the front. When people put it at the top, when they go to roll it, the guac starts squishing out at the top like this. And while, yes, you can still roll it that way, it's easier to have it in the back, because at the back, the guac's never going to spill out. Anything else can spill out, but the guac is still going to be at the back. That's why I'm saying you got to know how to... Rolling a burrito, it takes more than, like, hand coordination. You have to think. You have to know how to really think for stuff like that. And I really hate when people would try to, like, get me, but it didn't bother me, because I got to a point to where, like, I knew what I was doing. So people rarely intimidated me with their meals. Like, people would be so surprised when they would get to the end and they would be like, oh, I don't know how you're going to roll this one. I don't think you're going to be able to roll it. And then I literally roll it, and I look at them like, anything next? Like, do you want anything on the side? And they just laugh and they make comments because I know how to roll a burrito, so he assumed I knew how to roll a blunt. But at the time when he said this is when I first was getting into smoking like that, so I didn't even know how to roll a blunt. But my burrito rolling skills was on fleek. But yeah, y'all, so that was basically my last question. I just want to say thank y'all so much for coming to the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all that. So thank y'all so much.